but I thought I'd throw the GoPro on. Just get you a bit of footage, and we'll get this story time with Smitty started.
Fucking hot day, and good ride down Newcastle. Been on the bike 4.5 hours already. My ass is fucking sore. My spine is hurting, but that's what we do. It has cooled off a bit, only 37 degrees now, not 40 something, but I am physically drained. I'm tired, but I thought I'd throw the GoPro on. Just get you a bit of footage, and we'll get this story time with Smitty started. It's this is a story about the Ellenborugh Falls murder.
Today, up on this hill, I'm counting all the killers. They sway as they swarm, a look of gluttons in their eyes. They mutter as the body loses warmth. They pick up bones like locks inside a tomb.
Me, Mr. Smitty moved to Taree in 01. And that, yeah, well, that's when fucking 9/11 and all that fucking happened too. But we were watching this show on telly. It's like a serial killer episode on Channel 9, Channel 7, fuck, I don't know. Or was that long ago? But we this certain time we found out about the Ellenborugh Falls is you know, like the tallest or the deepest waterfall in the Southern Hemisphere or New South Wales or something. It's a fucking big waterfall. Anyway, this actually starts this bloke, I think his name is John Crick. In Sydney and Borkham Hills. I'm actually going to tell you the story how the show told me about it, how I actually seen it in the show, and I've googled it, researched it to see if I could pick up any extra things that the show might have missed. But what I actually found out is the show that I watched was very fine tooth and right into it, and got all the nitty gritty. So okay, it's started in Borkham Hills, and how it started, it was a home invasion gone wrong. This John Cribb, I think his name was, 1978, was a long time ago. He was breaking into this house, and his mother with their two kids, I think it's Damien was the boy's name, and I think it was Sally. I'll put the names up if I was right or wrong. And I think Valda was actually the lady's name. I'll just go by the mother, daughter and son. It's a lot easier. And in a hurry, I just want to tell the story, and by the time I finish I should nearly be home. Oh, poor girl, these are broken down. If I had been on the bike for 4.5 hours, I'd turn around and help them. Anyway, back to the story. The mother and kids come home, and this arsehole was fucking breaking into the house. And this bloke he was a psychopath. He was a real bad bastard. And he somehow he got both the kids and her held at knife point and gunpoint, knife point, and put them all back in the car. The HJHQ Kingswood. They said on the show it was a HJ. In the pictures here, you'll see a bit later that I put up, that actually looks like an old HQ. But anyway, he pops them in the car, in the boot or in the back or whatever, and then drives all the way up here, like I'm at Bulladilla now, just heading home. So they drive past Newcastle, Central Coast, Newcastle, past Tea Gardens, Nelson's Bay, turn off Raymond Terrace, Taree, and they turn into Wigham. They end up going all the way up to Ellenborugh Falls. And he gets there, has the headlights on, and he ties them to a tree in the car park. Like, this bloke was high on crack, drugs, fucking whatever he was taking at the time, and he chained them up and left them there. So he's high on crack, or high as a kite, whatever, left them there. Then he drives. Takes an hour from Wigham to Elands up the bush to get to Ellenborugh Falls on the dirt road, and it takes, like I said, now another hour to sort of Bulladilla, Karua, and he sort of gets down that far, and he's all paranoid, and he goes, fuck nah, they're going to talk. Someone finds him, they're going to tell him everything. So he turns around and heads back up to Ellenborugh Falls. And this is the nasty bit, because he goes back there, stabs her, rapes her, stabs the kids, then rapes her again. And he's a real piece of work, he's a psychopath. And he Mr. Policeman fucking got me camera, 120, 10 over, he's alright. Anyway, he throws him in the boot of the car. Got blood all over him because he stabbed him. And then he heads off on the way back home towards Newcastle. And that's virtually where I just stopped being today. Now it takes an hour and 3/4 to 2 hours to get to Newcastle, depending on what side you're from. But this is in 78, so there's no freeway like this. There's all the old highway. So he drove all the way down to the Central Coast near Gosford. And then he ended up, I think he Now, before he went to the Gosford pub, he went to one of the beaches down there. And he went to one of the beaches and he had a shovel and his 2 bags, and he was digging the 3 bags. He's digging the graves down the beach to bury these people with. Now, like I said, I'm just telling the story of how this show told me the story. Like I said, this one got really nitty gritty and got right into it. And he got interrupted by these 2 kids on BMX bikes, and they asked him, "What are you doing?" So like he had the bodies in the boot of the car, and he said, "I'm burying me dog." He goes, "Oh, all right, no worries." The kids moved. "The fuck are you doing, you fucking dickhead?" Fucking hell. Anyway, he got paranoid again, so he threw the shovels in the car and drove along the coast road to the Gosford, and he pulled into the Gosford hotel, had a couple of beers, and the patrons and all that's there. "What's all the blood on you?" And he goes, "Oh, I've been shooting, rabbit hunting, been skinning rabbits, got rabbit juice all over me." So they believed it or not. They had a few beers, and then he jumped in the car and took off again. And he ran the car off the edge of the road, and it was only like a few k's or whatever from the pub. So he got out of the car, walked all the way back to the pub, and asked for a tow truck driver to pick his car up. He said, "Yeah, no worries." Well, then the tow truck drivers went to pick the car up, and that's when they found the 3 bodies in the boot of the car as they were retrieving a car from down the bank of the road and the highway. And well, this time the police went back to the hotel and questioned them all and whatnot, and they finally found out his name and who it was they were after. And then he had a 5, 6, 8 hour siege, I don't know, it was a long time, in Newcastle, in one of the suburbs, where he locked himself in his house and hid in the laundry and wouldn't come out. So the cops just played the, you know, the waiting game, cat and mouse, waiting for them to bust him and actually get him. So long story short, they ended up getting him, taking him to jail. But then once I got him to jail, all the psychs and everything interviewed him and everything on all that stuff, and actually he is known to be one of the most craziest psychopaths that Australia's had, and murdered 3 innocent people because he got interrupted fucking raiding a house. He got thrown in jail for his fucking never to leave and whatnot. And then while he was in jail, allegedly this nun was writing to him and tracking his messages from the phone and the letters. And this nun said she'd call in and come and see him and pay him with sexual acts. Yeah, so when the nun went and visited this certain time, because that's how twisted he was, he just fucking gifted the gab, got this nun to like him, and she went in there to do the deed, a sexual act, and the 100k, isn't it? And they busted in on her in the process with his pants down and eyes open, as you could say. So she got, I don't know what happened to her, he was arrested or whatever, and he got fucking moved to another jail, I think. And then when he was 70 or something, I think it was when, or that was when he was 70, that he's actually he died, or he's fucking gonna die, or he's in there. And he's a real piece of work, this prick. But anyway, yeah, that's a sad truth about the story of Ellenborugh Falls. Whenever I go up there after seeing the story and hearing it, I look around the car park and just sort of think whereabouts it would have been. Anyway, cheers. Have a good one.
Today, up on this hill, I'm counting all the killers. They sway as they swarm. A look of gluttons in their eyes, they mutter as the body loses warmth. They pick your bones like locks inside a tomb, and take great care to not take care of